Experience of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It was fantastic, but above all, to support Charles Leclerc, who had an amazing race.
Quand vous pensez à la princesse Charlene de Monaco, avez-vous déjà réfléchi à ce qui lui est réellement arrivé? Un récit bien plus complexe et émouvant que la majorité.
Princess Charlene of Monaco is no longer the same woman she was a few years ago. In September 2025, she made numerous public appearances with an energy and determination that impressed all observers of the Monegasque royal family. But what lies behind this spectacular transformation? Let's start with the most recent events. Charlene of Monaco visited the maternity ward of the Princess Grace Hospital on September 16, demonstrating her ongoing commitment to the most vulnerable. This visit, immortalized on the official Instagram account of the Prince's Palace, reveals a woman deeply committed to her public service mission. But what is most striking is her ability to reconcile her formal obligations with her personal passions. Radiant in a white tulle dress embroidered with floral motifs, clinging to the arm of Prince Albert II, Princess Charlene recently closed the Princess of Monaco Cup at the casino. A picture of serenity that contrasts with the more difficult periods she has endured. The year 2025 truly marks a turning point in Charlene of Monaco's public life. Royal observers note a heightened presence at official events, more open communication, and above all, a relentless commitment to her cherished causes. Her foundation, created in December 2012, is experiencing remarkable growth with projects of international scope. The princess's fight against drowning takes on a particularly moving dimension when one understands her personal origins. Recent revelations about a family tragedy that left a lasting impression on her partly explain her deep commitment to this cause. This authenticity in her humanitarian approach sets her apart from many other public figures who often content themselves with superficial commitment. In June 2025, a powerful symbolic moment marked the official recognition of her status. Charlene of Monaco can now boast of having her portrait displayed in her country's town hall, alongside her mother-in-law, Grace Kelly. This ceremonial gesture is particularly important because it definitively cements her place in the history of the Principality. The evolution of her clothing style also reflects this newfound confidence. Gone are the days of shy appearances or overly demure looks. The princess now dares to wear outfits that reflect her personality, as at the Monaco Prix, where she adopted a colorful look that contrasted with her more classic sartorial habits. This stylistic freedom symbolizes a deeper liberation, that of a woman who has found her place in her role. Her commitment to animal protection constitutes the other pillar of her public action. A substantial donation of €60,235 was made to the Princess Charlene of Monaco Foundation to fund its projects, particularly in Bangladesh, where it actively promotes education and drowning prevention. But beyond the amounts, it's the diversity of its activities that is impressive. First aid training, animal protection, education through sports, each initiative bears its own personal mark. Her relationship with her children, twins Jacques and Gabriella, sheds another light on her personality. At 10 years old, Jacques and Gabriella of Monaco are almost like any other children, and their mother is careful to maintain this normalcy despite their royal status. Photos of their return to school in September 2025 show a close-knit family where Charlene fully embraces her maternal role, far from the pomp and circumstance of protocol. This balanced approach between private life and public obligations reflects a maturity acquired through adversity. The princess has learned to navigate the expectations of Monegasque protocol and her personal aspirations, finding a balance that allows her to flourish in her various roles. Her journey since her marriage to Prince Albert in 2011 perfectly illustrates the challenges faced by figures who marry into a royal family. A former Olympic champion accustomed to sporting excellence and individual performance, she has had to learn the codes of a codified public life and the subtleties of princely diplomacy. This transition has not always been easy, but today it seems to be perfectly under control. The Princess Charlene Foundation's recent initiatives demonstrate a long-term vision and the growing professionalism of its work. Programs developed in Bangladesh, South Africa, and other countries demonstrate a methodical approach and concrete results. Far from the charitable amateurism of some celebrity foundations, Charlene's foundation relies on recognized expertise and strategic partnerships. Perhaps the most touching aspect of her commitment lies in her ability to transform her own challenges into a driving force to help others. Her swimming expertise, acquired at the highest international level, becomes a tool for prevention and rescue. Her personal difficulties, overcome with courage, give her particular credibility among those she helps. The unwavering support of Prince Albert obviously plays a crucial role in this success. Protected by her husband Albert, the princess can count on his support when she decides to commit to causes close to her heart. This complicity between the princely couple, visible during their public appearances, constitutes a major asset for the credibility of their joint actions. The year 2025 seems to mark the culmination of a long process of adaptation and personal affirmation. Today's Princess Charlene has found her path, that of a committed woman who uses her privileged position to serve just and necessary causes. Her fight against drowning, waged with unwavering determination, is saving lives. Her work for animal protection is raising awareness and mobilizing people. Her educational initiatives are opening up future prospects for many children. This personal transformation is accompanied by an evolution in her public image. Gone is the fragile and reserved princess of her early years, replaced by a determined woman who does not hesitate to speak out publicly to defend her beliefs. On the occasion of World First Aid Day, Princess Charlene of Monaco reaffirms her unwavering commitment to making life-saving training a fundamental right accessible to all. Her pragmatic and practical approach contrasts with the traditional formalism of some princely charitable initiatives. Rather than contenting herself with formal appearances, she is personally involved in the development of her projects, overseeing their implementation, and evaluating their impact. This professional rigor, undoubtedly inherited from her high-level athletic career, guarantees the effectiveness of her initiatives. The international dimension of her work also deserves to be highlighted. The Princess Charlene Foundation operates on several continents, adapting its programs to local realities while maintaining its prevention and education objectives. This ability to think globally while acting locally demonstrates a remarkable strategic vision. The media impact of her actions extends far beyond the borders of the Principality of Monaco. Her positions on drowning prevention, particularly during the surge in boating accidents during the summer of 2025, were widely covered by international media. This media visibility, which it knows how to use intelligently, multiplies the effectiveness of its prevention messages. But beyond her public actions, it is Charlene of Monaco's human dimension that is most touching. Her visits to hospitals, her meetings with the beneficiaries of her foundation, her moments of bonding with her children, all of this paints the portrait of an authentic woman who has managed to remain herself despite the constraints of her position. This authenticity is probably her greatest strength. In a world where public figures are often perceived as artificial or calculating, Charlene of Monaco exudes a sincerity that commands respect. Her commitments are not a matter of communication strategy but of a deep conviction forged by her personal experience. The future looks promising for her various projects. The partnerships developed with other foundations and international organizations open up considerable prospects for expansion. The expertise acquired over the years and the international recognition of her work will undoubtedly enable her to multiply her initiatives in the years to come. Her influence on the new generation deserves special mention. The young people who benefit from her sports education or drowning prevention programs often become ambassadors of her values in their respective communities. This multiplier effect ensures the sustainability of her work well beyond her personal presence. Princess Charlene of 2025 ultimately embodies a successful model of adaptation and resilience. Having left South Africa as a swimming champion and become Princess of Monaco for love, she has transformed every challenge into an opportunity to grow and serve. Her journey inspires and demonstrates that it is possible to reconcile formal obligations with genuine personal commitment. Her influence on the modern perception of royalty should not be underestimated. At a time when monarchies must justify their existence through their social utility, Charlene of Monaco shows the way with a concrete and measurable commitment to the public interest. She modernizes the image of the royal family while respecting its traditions. This remarkable personal evolution leads us to question the underlying causes of her transformation. How can a woman reinvent her role and impact to such an extent? What events or encounters catalyze this metamorphosis? The answer likely lies in her ability to transform her own vulnerabilities into strengths, her challenges into wisdom, her privileges into responsibilities. The message she carries today extends far beyond Monaco. Her fight to prevent drowning speaks to all societies facing these tragedies. Her commitment to animal protection raises awareness of a universal cause. Its educational actions question our collective priorities in terms of training young generations. Ultimately, the story of Charlene of Monaco in 2025 is one of rebirth. A personal rebirth of a woman who overcame adversity, a rebirth of her public role, which she was able to redefine according to her convictions, and a rebirth of her image, which she transformed into an inspirational force for many people around the world. This transformation continues before our eyes, and we can legitimately wonder what new surprises this exceptional woman has in store for us in the months and years to come. One thing is certain, the Princess Charlene of Monaco of today bears no resemblance to the one we knew a few years ago, and that is precisely what makes her journey so fascinating to follow. That's it for this exclusive report on the remarkable transformation of Princess Charlene of Monaco. I hope this glimpse into her current life has fascinated you as much as it fascinated me to prepare. Don't hesitate to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and, above all, share your thoughts in the comments. But tell me, after discovering all this information about Charlene of Monaco's new life, do you think she will succeed in surpassing Grace Kelly's legendary legacy and becoming, in her own right, a timeless icon of the Principality of Monaco?